Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I want to make a second video in regards to the last one that I made, and that was last night. And so yeah, we're going to continue the title, or more of what I was saying in the last video in regards to Islam is the religion of the heart. Okay. So as you may or may not know, I've fully read the Quran. I've listened to the Quran, the entire thing. Do I believe in the Quran wholeheartedly? Do I believe in the laws of Islam wholeheartedly? I can genuinely, in an authentic manner, body, mind, and soul answer this question, and that is yes, I do. Completely. Okay? And that's my personal thing. It's got nothing to do with you. Okay? So going back to that female who's a white Russian woman who, back from like World War I or World War II, when in Russia or the Slavic regions, 9 million Russians were killed, and a lot of the orphans were converted to Judaism. So clearly this girl is one of those children who is stating that she's Hebrew or Jewish and she has the right to live in that land, and she's trying to escape because she has a hatred of Arabs and she believes Palestinians should leave Gaza, so on and so forth. And this is a girl who's been watching me on YouTube for the past 10 years, and she knows very clearly that years ago I was physically attacked by an Israeli Jew who was doing black magic on me, who was using the Hebrew Bible and the old Hebrew alphabet to literally destroy my intelligence because he knew I come from a specific bloodline. Okay? And he had other people stalk me, and I had to live with a Jewish family, and they were all trying to get me to convert to Judaism and to marry off into a millionaire Jew. Did I do it? No, because I fought all the way through that. So for people to say Judaism is the religion of peace, are you kidding? In the Hebrew Bible, it clearly states that the Jews see themselves as extremely superior and that they are the only humans, and that everyone else is animals, dogs, pigs to be used by the Jews, cattle to be used by the Jews, and that God's chosen people are only the Jews and it's only for the Jews. Now, as you know, you never hear me saying I have a hatred towards Islam. It's been written down by white Europeans and Americans that the Armenian genocide was perpetrated because they're Christians, and in the name of Muhammad, they were cutting Armenian heads off the Turks. Well, let me tell you something. I don't necessarily believe that entire story, because number one, it was the Arabs who came with that. It came from Arabs. Islam, the birth of Islam comes from Arabs. It doesn't come from the Turks. And the Turks were trying to destroy the establishment and the protection that we had with the Arabs in Jerusalem and every other place, to cause confusion. And you can do the research yourself. The Young Turks, majority of them, they were Jews pretending to be Muslims. You can do the research yourself. Even Erdogan, he doesn't want to claim that it was done by the modern Turks, because in reality, there's truths to that. Because the Young Turk movement was a Zionist movement. It was a pro-Zionist movement. And the mere fact that you state anybody who's with the Palestinians, listen, honey, I've always been with the Palestinians. I'm always going to be for the Palestinians. And the original Hebrews are the Palestinian people. It's not a white European or a white Khazarian Russian who claims Hebrew origins. Hell, I look more Hebrew than you do. When I look at your face, Not only do you look soulless and dead, you're not fooling me. I think you're fooling yourself with the things you're saying. And the mere fact that every single thing you say is a copy of me, the way you even flip your hair is the way I flip mine. And the mere fact that you feel the need to, you feel threatened, or because you tried to remove a video or something that I posted, or it's just, you know, you're clearly confirming that you yourself believe in the original Hebrew Bible, which is only for the Jews. If the Jews are so righteous people, why didn't they just enter Gaza as army men and fight Hamas man to man, face to face? Why are they attacking civilian homes, and the main 90% of the people that are dying are women and children? Fetuses are being popped out of, it's all there, it's documented. In Jerusalem, in Israel, the Jews spit on Armenians' faces. It's documented. Don't come here and tell me that Islam is dying, when Islam and people who believe in Islam are basically the only ones who are still having tons of kids and actually keeping the concept of marriage intact, unlike Americans and Europeans, who have destroyed, or are still, you know, they have tried to destroy the family life. It's a historical fact that the Arabs have always protected Armenians in the Middle East. The Middle East is the only place Armenians in the Arab world have kept the family life alive, kept the family dignity alive. They've been hardworking civilians in Arab countries. They work better with Arabs and establishing their own businesses in Arab world rather than within each other and for each other in their own communities. And because you've taken a blow to your ego and I blocked you because I sense you're not a genuine person and you're only contacting me because you have sickly desires of me and you want to know the secrets of my family because you're fraudulent yourself when I have nothing to hide. I would not be alive today if it wasn't for Arabs. I was saved by an Arab in Jordan. My family line wouldn't have continued if it wasn't for Arabs. The Syrian Arabs that opened the borders to my Fedai great-grandfather, who was Yazidi Armenian, sure, he saved a lot of Armenians, but at the end of the day, if they did not open that border to them, if they did not provide them a neighborhood and a safe place, they would have been brought dead. They would have been instantly dead. And people don't send me messages telling me, oh, if the Armenian identity would be gone if Armenians converted to Islam. No, it wouldn't. You're mixing the ideology of the Turks trying to throw us out of our countries rather than the actual Islamic law. There is no Islamic law that states you have to murder and throw people out of their country for the sake of being Armenian. Or you have to lose being Armenian in order to become Muslim. There is no law like that. My parents are Armenian. I will always be Armenian. I will never state, and I've never stated that I'm even half Armenian. I've always said I'm full-blooded Armenian. I've always been proud to be Armenian, but I'm going to remain an Armenian and a Muslim. And even if I go to the Arabic world and I learn Arabic, or I speak Arabic, or I teach Islam in a school of mysticism in the future, I will still always be an Armenian, and no one will ever force me to not be an Armenian, or try to rape me, or try to kill me. This is lies, this is arrogance, this is ignorance. You can go buy a ticket right now, go to any Arabic country in the world. Saudi Arabia, who is the most strictest Islamic country, whoever goes there Watch the freaking videos. It's on YouTube. They all say these are the most hospitable, kind-hearted people you will ever meet in your life. I'm tired of hearing these Europeans and and Americans talk shit. If it wasn't for the United States, there would be no Israel. Everyone's tax dollars funds a tiny nation called Israel. You're so tough, you're so strong, go and face Hamas yourself. Why are you attacking civilians? I've always funded the security and the protection of Palestinian women and children, and to give them a home. I did it again yesterday, funding my own money to reputable organizations who are going in the Gaza Strip, and I will do it again. I have no problem. It's not my problem you have hatred in your heart. That's on you. That's on you. Nobody is allowed in my circle, in my life, in my personal life, unless they themselves have good intentions. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care who you pretend to be. I don't care who you say you're chosen by the gods or chosen by even Islam. If I see you are not genuine and you do not have good intentions of me and you don't provide me a safe, secure space to feel vulnerable and accepted, I'm not allowing you in my life. And so because you have taken a blow to your ego, you're talking shit, trying to shut down videos and talking big as if you know everything. The second I smell fraudulent in a person's soul and heart, I'm out, man. It's not my problem if that offends you. Oh, I don't care about your opinions. Oh, yes, you do, honey. You care. If you didn't care about my opinions, you wouldn't be so inspired to stalk me and act like me and talk like me and flip your hair like me for the past 10 years of your life. Oh, you care, all right. So even if I end up marrying an Arab who's very righteous in his religion, that will never make me less Armenian. Even if I give birth to Arab children, they would still be very educated in the Armenian culture and our history. I would teach them Western Armenian. I would sit them down the same way I had discipline, the same way I taught discipline to my niece on how to learn Western Armenian, how to pronounce Western Armenian, when her mother would give her shit on how the alphabet is not correct, but it is in Western Armenian, and the original Mesrop Mastochian pronunciation before Soviet Union, before Stalin and changed the pronunciation of the Armenian alphabet so that the Western Armenians and the Eastern Armenians butt heads and fight each other. My life is my life. Your hatred can be kept to you. That's on you. This is part of my destiny. I can't run away from it. I don't run away. Just like I'm not running away from Armenia. Sure, from time to time, because people want to drag me down in their own dramas and they're jealous of me on how I do everything on my own, how successful I've been on my own, how on my own, when I've suffered, I still inspire people, when they have their own family members, husbands and wives, funding everything they do, and I do everything by myself, body, mind, and soul, financially, everything. They see me as superior. What the hell is in your genes, Talar? Who are you, Talar? You're superior. Yeah, but I humble myself down. I humble myself. Because I have a physical body. In a split second, anybody can get knocked down, but I get back up again. Because my self-esteem, my self-worth, I know what it is. And I'll never settle for less. Never settle less. Friends, never settle less for a man. No freaking way. My body, mind, and soul is not for sale. No one can coerce me or force me into anything. And so I'm going to keep this apartment. Sure, I've said, like I said, oh yeah, I may sell it, but why am I going to sell it? Armenia is my home. Gyumri is my home. Okay, even if I move to the Middle East for 10 years, I can come back to this apartment. I could rent it out. I could do many things. It's my property. It belongs to me. It's the only thing I have left. Why am I going to run away? And I'm directing myself right into the war zone. Why am I going to run away? If I'm so in my belief, in my faith in myself, or Allah, why am I going to run away? What's there to be afraid of? You know, a person can die in a split second in a car accident. Anything can happen. Anything can happen to anyone, anywhere. Are you going to be afraid of that? Are you going to be afraid to live? What's the point of life? If you're going to be afraid of everything, what's the point of life? Last month, a Lebanese Armenian guy contacts me. He wants to do face-to-face video calls so he can understand why I'm converted, or I converted, why I did this, why I'm continuing this, and this. He initially thought it was for a man, like a typical, you know, which is so false and not even accurate. And he said, I initially contacted you because years ago I was gonna convert to Islam, but he said I was doing it for the wrong reasons. Okay? He goes, basically, me talking to you, I'm realizing you actually believe in it. And yeah, I do. No one's forcing me. I'm doing this on my own. And again, because that you don't understand something, because it's not your soul calling, it's not where your heart's at, don't talk big if you don't know something. Because it always returns back to you in another form. I don't get into people's fucking lives. I don't get in their business. I don't tell them how to live. It's always other people who are so seduced by me, who are so attracted to me, who they have to contact me from the other side of the world. They want to establish this with me. They want to do, for what? For your fascination? Your sick mind? What reason? Give me a reason. I don't care if it offends you. I don't care if you've taken a blow to your ego. Listen, honey, in life, we're all going to take a blow to our ego. All of us. Every single one of us. You think I don't take a blow to my ego on a regular basis by my own family members? It's always the people who have family members who love and support them in every way, shape, and form who are extremely jealous of me and watch me. Because they know I don't have that. I don't take a blow. I don't take a blow. And because I've made videos in a sincere manner that the prayers and the Quran, literally the 5 daily prayers every single day that I get down on my knees and I submit myself, has saved my life and my brain from going crazy, that offends you. That offends you. I suggest you sit down with a psychiatrist. You may need some medication. Arabs and Muslims are one of the most intelligent, genuine people you'll ever meet. I'm not saying every single Muslim is, but a righteous one is. Okay? Just like you wouldn't befriend anyone on this planet. At least I would hope you wouldn't if you have standards and morality. You cannot judge a group of people unless you're a racist yourself. You're also anti-Semitic because you're a white woman who doesn't like Arabs. And Arabs are Semitic. So that's it. I don't want to talk more about this because I just feel like it's just arrogant. Even me talking about this, why am I even expressing this? As I've said, Armenians haven't even contacted me. Armenians haven't even told me, Talar, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? Not even one. When I went to Jordan, they sat me down, the Armenian group, from Antranik to the old Armenian man that I saw in Yerevan the other day, who lived in Syria, to the older Armenian women. They sat me down. They were encouraging me. Because you think you know everything. Who funded Azerbaijan to throw Armenians out of Artsakh? Both of your ancestry. Both Russians and Israelis. Who funded that? Who?